So what's happened since last time? Because you very kindly nailed my hat on and made me ride all the way to Holland. Too old and too cold to do that, but we did it. The SST and touring worked fine, apart from the exhaust falling apart. We're now rectifying that, and hopefully by summer we'll have them on sale. Really happy with the results. Fuel consumption is a little bit better than the full fat version, the Scuderia. It's good.
What sort of consumption?
About the same as the TS, about 10 clicks to a litre, which is about 6 miles to a litre, so not much difference to the TS really. So. Yeah, well, I had, I think 32 brake, so this was enough, so it keeps Dangerous Dave happy. It's exactly what it was. That's our plan anyway, so doing that. The only other thing that's changed since then is that, so all the people watching this know, is that we will cease to produce full complete engines for people, just simply because we can't do it. We're not 1,000 people here. We have 2 people in the workshop. There's 4. 2 people do restorations, Marco and Joe, and Mickey and Lawrence basically do the engine side of it, just building the engines. Now the problem we've got is that they already have no sex life, thanks to me, because basically we make them work 25 hours a day. So that's got to stop. They come up with the ideas. They've then got to design them, put everything through the 3D printer, test them, manufacture them, test them, and then go into final production. Now all that takes time. We've also got 2 race teams to run as well, and just physically we cannot do it. So from now on, probably from let's just say the end of March, we will no longer produce full engines for people. We'll sell them parts, all the parts are online. There'll be a new dedicated website for Casa Performance. You can buy direct or buy via the dealers, and the idea is to give the people the possibility to build themselves. We've had a few comments from the dealers that although it's probably it's good receiving a complete engine, they actually want to build them themselves and they want to tune it. So it opens up all sorts of avenues. We're already taking orders for the 3rd batch, and that's nearly sold out. But we've had to stop. We've stopped it for a moment, basically because we have to explain this to people. Saying why can't you build an engine? We just can't do it. Physically cannot do it. The easiest solution now is to take more people on. We can't. It's 1,000 square meters of the workshops already, and we're full. We have too much to do, and the reason is because the development has really suffered. For the amount of engines we've got to build, and development is everything. Development and testing.
Why can't we run SST1?
We rode at the beginning of February. We rode to Holland to test it. Which it physically takes time to produce these things. There's no magic wand. There's 2 people doing this. We've got the exhaust manufactured, which is the first thing we need to have to sort it out. We've done that. We've got prototype boxes to test. I could have given you a scooter today to test, but there's no point because it's probably going to be nothing like what's going to go in production. So what you're going to do? Go right up on something that's never going to happen. It's like testing something. It's like testing a prototype and expecting the final product to be like that. It's not fair on us because your impressions probably won't be that good, and I need it to be right. I won't let it go up the joints.
What about your rear brakes?
Rear brakes, doing that as well. Finalised that. We've come up with a really a very nice design for the brake, the part that goes on the brake pedal. Even I'm surprised, and I'm a real ball breaker on that. They've done it. If it works, which it should, then we've managed to get a bolt that clamps onto the side of the standard brake pedal. It's plug and play all the way through. It's absolutely amazing.
Right.
So,
we'll be able to see it while we're in.
Yes, but I probably won't let you take any pictures.
Fair enough.
So, but it's so simple, it hurts. It's so simple, it hurts. It's amazing.
Have you finalised the design of the rear brake as well?
The design is the same, aesthetically, because the first thing it's got to look good, but it's just too much aluminium in it. The way the same as a tank. So, standard Lambert hub hasn't got that much meat in it, and we've looked at other scooters and twist and goes and stuff, and we've realised we can actually remove about half the aluminium that's actually currently on there. It's belt and braces, make it thick and heavy, but there's a downside to that as well. So.
Any other new developments? Ignition, can you talk about that?
We're working with an Italian manufacturer. We've had enough of the twin spark system on the Casa and the Veritron. It's fine on a standard engine, but even then it makes it lumpy. We've got a really, really good system. We tested it to meltdown. It's fantastic. Superb lights. The problem we have at the moment is making the Brits happy, because British people generally want heated underpants, heated gloves, heated jacket, heated wife, and all that takes care of. On something like an IDM system, which is basically the Casatronic, the Veritronic, there's no power anyway, so parts don't heat up. With the system we're using, everything it heats up, and that energy is either going to go into lights. You can't tell people to run with the lights on constantly because, you know, first thing in time they forget they might melt something. So we've got to find a sort of happy medium. For the first time ever, it's got too much power. Good position to be in.
And when do you think that's likely to come, say?
Today is, what's the date today?
21st?
Right, okay, well, right, 3 days time, or 2 days time, we're up to, nearly said the name, we're up to see a very large company to finalise. Vittorio Tessera, Casa will probably replace his current ignition system with this as a standard setup. But they'll be available for everything, you know, A, B, C, D, L, D, G, GP, J, the whole lot. But it's an amazing system, it's absolutely fantastic. It's all made in Italy, it's absolutely beautiful.
What else you been up to that might not know about?
I can't tell you everything, can I?
Twins?
Right, twin, yes, massive steps forward. The design is phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. That is amazing. Yeah. That is. I would actually buy one to put on the shelf. It looks that nice. Yes, there's a real surprise coming along. That will be mentioned. That's all I'm saying at the moment. That's good. You wanted more than that?
Yeah, I did.
Right. Okay.
I want to see it.
You
I want to see it.
Dangerous Dave Gould wants to see it.
I want to see that. Actually.
No, I can't show you.
Not with his camera on.
All right, but anyways, it's the design they've come up with is incredible. So yeah, that's going to be good. The other thing we've done is what else have we done? Brakes.
Liquid cooled?
That's taken a back seat at the moment. I said there's two people doing all this. So you know, if we don't get Dangerous Dave Gould's,
There you go.
oh no, I forgot about that. We got to get Dave's exhaust done. So once he gets exhaust done and he's got his touring, he's happy. I need to get some.
That's what we bought him here for.
We've got to pay for all this, you know.
Saying it'd be easy.
Right, I'm going to get money out of this man, you know what I mean? So.
Yeah, good luck. We've been trying for 30 years.